Imagine this. You are at the absolute top of your game. You're the undisputed champion. And then, out of nowhere, a challenger appears that threatens to take everything you've built. Well, this isn't some sports movie plot. This is the real, high-stakes story of the AI race in late 2025, and how one company's all-hands-on-deck emergency response completely changed the game. Okay, so take a look at this timeline. It really shows you just how insanely fast the world of AI was moving. We're talking about a few short months where the entire landscape just got redrawn. It all kicks off in August with these huge updates from Anthropic and OpenAI. But the real shockwave, that hits in November, and that is what triggered an emergency that led to a frantic response, all culminating just a few weeks later on December 9th. So, to really get why this was such a panic-inducing moment, we've got to rewind a little bit, back to the summer of 2025. You see, the AI world was really dominated by just a few major players, but one company, OpenAI, seemed to be the clear and, frankly, pretty comfortable leader of the pack.
So here's what the playing field looked like back then. You had OpenAI's brand new flagship, GPT-5, which was amazing for its versatility and all its integrations. Then you had Anthropic's Claude 4.1, which was without a doubt the king of back-end development and deep analysis. It was powered by this incredible 64K reasoning, which just means it could digest and make sense of way bigger, more complex problems. And of course, you still had the old reliable, GPT-4, the stable choice for millions. So with two other top three models, OpenAI's dominance felt pretty secure.
And that dominance? Well, it was translating into some serious cash. I mean, you had major companies like Databricks betting the farm on them, committing a staggering $100 million in September just to build GPT-5 into their platforms for their 20,000-plus customers. The message to the market was crystal clear. OpenAI was the future. But then, November happened. That comfortable lead, that feeling of being unbeatable, yeah, it pretty much evaporated overnight. The whole landscape shifted dramatically with the arrival of a new challenger that, frankly, no one was fully prepared for. You see, Google's Gemini 3 wasn't just another small update. It was a massive statement. By literally leapfrogging the competition on the most important performance benchmarks, it threatened to completely flip the entire AI power structure on its head. And the number that changed everything was 1501. That was Gemini 3's score on the LM Arena benchmark. Now, this isn't some synthetic test. This is a system where real humans vote head-to-head on which model gives better answers. A score that high showed it had PhD-level reasoning. It was a mic-drop moment that officially put Google in the lead.
So how do you think the market leader, the company that just a couple months earlier was celebrating a $100 million deal, how did they respond to this sudden existential threat? Well, they responded with a full-blown internal emergency.
CEO Sam Altman issued what's known as a code red. Think of it like pulling the fire alarm for the entire company. It's a rare, crisis-level directive used to mobilize everyone against a single, massive threat. All other work stops. The mission was simple. Fight back against Gemini 3 and do it now. And you have to understand, the data was what was fueling this panic. This wasn't just about losing on some benchmark. No, OpenAI was seeing its own user growth starting to slow down. Complaints about speed and reliability were ticking up. And at the same time, Google's Gemini wasn't just a lab experiment. It was out in the wild, actively stealing market share and doubling the amount of time people spent using it. The threat was very real. So their Code Red plan wasn't about trying to distract everyone with flashy new features. Nope, it was a super focused 4-point plan to improve the core product where it actually mattered most to people, making it faster, more reliable, smarter, and more accurate. This was all about strengthening the foundation.
So what was the actual result of this code red? What came out of all this frantic around-the-clock work? Well, OpenAI's answer, fast-tracked for a December 9th release, was a powerful new update, GPT-5.2.
And they came out swinging. They immediately started releasing data to show how their new model could fight back. And the results? They were pretty stunning. On professional-level cybersecurity challenges, GPT 5.2 nailed an 82% success rate. That's a huge leap from GPT-5's 27%. That's not just an improvement. That's a whole new league.
And it wasn't just in security. On another key battleground,
coding, the results were just as impressive. When they tasked it with solving real-world software engineering problems from inside OpenAI's own codebase, GPT-5.2 hit a 55% success rate. That's better than any model that had ever come before it. Now this was a big one. A core goal of the code red was reliability, stopping the AI from just making stuff up. And these charts show a clear win. They dramatically cut down on what people call hallucinations, or major factual errors. This made GPT-5.2 a much, much more trustworthy tool for everyone.
So let's zoom out. What's the big takeaway here? That absolutely frantic, intense couple of weeks in late 2025, it completely reset the board. The era of a single company just running away with the prize was officially over.
Right. We've basically moved from what looked like it was going to be a monarchy to an all-out war between equals. This intense head-to-head competition between giants like OpenAI and Google, well, it's now pushing innovation forward at a pace that we have just never seen before.
And all of this leaves us with one final big question to think about. As these massive tech titans battle each other for supremacy, pouring billions and billions of dollars into making their AI faster, smarter, and more reliable, who is the real winner in this technological arms race?